Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Lancaster, also known as Andrea Lancaster of Alchemy on Facebook. I'd also like to let you know I do have a subscription academy. That's a private group, which is £15 subscription for a month, and it's where I teach and help people each month. Lovely set of ladies in there, actually. I also do readings, so I do 30-minute readings and hourly readings. I am a channel, and I teach mediumship, psychic ability, channeling. I teach on lots of different subjects actually, and I have an email if you are interested. It's andrea.energyhealer@aol.co.uk, or you could look at my website, which is www.andrealancaster.uk. Thank you. Okay, I ran with my friend a fantastic psychic fair on Saturday. It was really successful. I'm over the moon with that. We're going to be doing a few more. So yeah, okay, that's great. Right, okay, so the main reason why you're here. You have come here to see what is in store this week, what the energy is going to be like. Well, I think we've got quite a good week in store energetically, although it's hotting up literally because it's a fire energy. It's still, I think, a positive thing. I don't think it's bad. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so we have the Star, we have Temperance, we have the Seven of Swords. So the Star and the Temperance card are both Major Arcana cards, so that always indicates there's more energy behind that. So that's a really big change, a really big difference, a really big influence. And the Star is about, you know, what are your goals? I'll try and keep it in the picture. What are your goals? What are your inspiration? What do you dream about doing? What do you really want to do? What is it that you see yourself doing or really want to strive towards? That's the Star. It also connects you though with your it's your mind, body, spirit connection. It's your connection with, some people say, the unseen, but that's people who are normally closed off. It's your innate connection with your higher self, to the omnipotent being or divine being as well. It's the knowing, it's the trusting, it's having the balance between the earth and spirit, so you're in balance. So big changes there, both cosmically. Actually, there are a lot of different things going on in the stars and the planets at the moment, and lots of changes coming about because of that, including the revealing of lots of truths. So it may be personal truths, it may be truths within your friendship groups or family, or in the bigger wider world as well. But it's also influencing you to really go for it now. You really need to take charge now and really get out of your comfort zone and start. If you want to do something, you need to do it now. So if you want to start a business up, if you want to become better known or something, you need to make more of an effort. You need to be sticking your head above the parapet, as I always say, rather than staying safe. So you might be a big fish in a little pond, but if you want to move forward, you're going to have to prepare to go in the bigger pond and swim with the bigger fish and learn to be a bigger fish in a bigger pond. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to get anywhere if you stay in the small pond. You'll be fine, but you're not going to reach that dream because you're not prepared to put yourself out on a limb. You're not prepared to put the effort in. You're not prepared to be brave. So there's an element of being brave here to reach the goals you want. But it also is saying you are getting there, but put some effort in. It's not just going to come knocking on your door necessarily. You need to get out there and do it. You've been patient for a very long time. This is the temperance card, which does mean, you know, tempering your temper, your personality, or what you're doing, and it also can mean patience. So it's definitely about how you may have been working away at things for a long time and feel like now's the time to go further, and you can feel it, but sometimes it's a scary thing. But it's saying you've been patient long enough now, so now you need to go for it. Just, you know, now's the time. You have been patient, and now we were offering you the chance to get out there, so you need to do it, and you need to be brave. And the Seven of Swords is saying, yes, there may be people who would backstab you, talk about you behind your back, poo-poo you, or bring you down, but you just need to ignore those kind of people, and you need to ignore the people who have nicked your ideas or copied you and things like that. It's all of those kind of icky things, you know, where they've run off with your stuff. But it's also about sometimes you have to not engage, but maybe look at doing something you really wouldn't have maybe looked at doing. Maybe you would go, well, I'm not that keen on all of their principles, but if you're okay with most of them, it's just one element, then maybe that's the key to you getting what you want, and maybe you're just going to have to put up and shut up and go with it. So maybe there's something you don't really want to have to do, but you're going to have to, or somebody you don't like, I don't know, a mainstream thing you don't really want to have to do, but you're going to have to. Sometimes we have to do that as a means to an end. Sometimes it doesn't all go the way we would like it to. So, oh, I don't want to mix with them, or I don't want to have to do that because that's not, they don't hold the same values as me. Sometimes that's okay, but sometimes you just have to acknowledge that and get on with it, because not everything is always, the road isn't always perfect. So yeah, that's what that's about. So I'm going to pull another card. So, but it's saying, look, go on, you can do it. And that will bring the money in. That will bring the success. So even if there's someone with, I wouldn't say really bad values, I wouldn't go with that, you know, someone, you know, really bad. But if there's one or two things you're like, oh, but mainly they're okay, it's just you don't always, their values, I don't know, you might have really high ideology and high vibe and values, and theirs might not be quite where yours are, but maybe it would actually work out really well that you just work with them, because it's going to get you to where you need to be, and you don't have to be with them all that time. Maybe it's a stepping stone, and that's the way you've got to look at it, but it will bring in financial security. That's what it's going to bring in. So that's what you've got to think about. So if that's what you're aiming for, financial security and success, maybe that's something you're going to have to consider for now. Now I'm just going to pull some other cards from my other deck. So I don't know, maybe it's like, crazy. You know, we have some magazines in this country, one of them's Fate and Fortune. Now, it's quite popular, but some of the stuff in it I'm a bit about. But so I would be like, oh, I'd rather, like, you know, if I was going to write a column or something like that, and I did used to do it for Vision magazine, but that folded just after I'd left. So I did used to do it, and they did have good ethics. They were good. But say the Sun wanted to interview me, and everybody's like, oh, the Sun newspaper or something. Yeah, maybe that is like, oh no, but maybe that's a means to an end. Maybe that gets you noticed, and that's where you need. Do you get what I mean? So maybe sometimes we have to do something that we're like, not that keen on that, but that platform you might not be that keen on, but that's what you need to do to get to where you want to be. Do you get what I mean? That's kind of what it is. So for you, maybe you'd have to take a job that loads of it's great, but there's a part of it you're not keen on ethically or something. There's a tiny wincy bit you're not, but that's okay because it's going to get you to where you need to be, and it doesn't mean you're like that. It's them who are like that. Okay, it has no influence on how you are going to be. Victory. So the sixth one, sorry. Victory can be after a battle or a long struggle, but there's victory, so you do get there. The Prince of Swords, again, you need to be direct and honest and go for it. You have to have that kind of determination and communication. Don't be afraid to communicate what you feel and what you see. Stand up for yourself and be vocal, and go for it. Be dynamic. That's what you need this week to get to where you want to be, and you will. So the cards are really, really positive, really, really good. Just sometimes we have to just ignore a tiny bit to get to where we need to be, and it doesn't mean we are like that. It just means we don't really like that bit about a person or approve of that about a business or something, but our principles are different to that, and it's a launch pad for you to get to where you need to be, to then help people in the ethical manner you want to be, to help people, or study, or new career, job. How many businesses would you say that are totally ethical? There are some, definitely, but there are a lot that it's quite a mixed bunch, isn't it? So that's what you've got to look at. And sometimes even picking courses as a student, you look at modules. I remember doing it with my history when I was doing a history degree, and some of them I couldn't wait to do, and other modules I had a choice of because the others clashed. Oh God, I was like, oh, this is crap. I ended up having to do some politics, which, at the time I loved a good argument, so that was quite easy for me. So that was quite okay. It worked out for me actually, but there was other bits of history like I don't know. I was hoping there'd be some, Roman about the Romans or the Greeks or something. There wasn't anything like that. It was there was a lot on kind of military history. Doesn't float my boat at all. The Industrial Revolution, now that did, and I really enjoyed it, and the the tutor was amazing. The lecturer was fantastic. He made it really interesting, and there was others I wasn't as keen on. And actually, women's history, I was really looking forward to it. Oh my God, the lecturer was so boring. She really was. She just bored everybody to death. So there's some things you have to take that aren't as good, but there's others you really look forward to. Do you know what I mean? You've got to take the rough with the smooth sometimes, in an all-encompassing way when you're doing something. So yeah, don't be put off by one or two aspects of something you might not be keen on, because say 85% of it's right. Don't be put off by the 15%. Go for it anyway. So overall, the energy is fantastic this week to make headway, but Spirit's telling you to step out of your comfort zone and go for it. Don't be afraid. You'll be quite pleased with the results actually. So I hope that helps. I'll have a short video again. I didn't manage last week, it was crazy. I will put a short video short on this week as well, and who knows, I might get on Friday. I keep saying I will. Who knows? Let's see. Anyway, have a good week, whatever you're doing. Take care. The weather's getting better. You can see it. And it's nearly, you know, Easter. I know that means the schools will be off, but then you've got to look after your children. Ooh, great. But anyway, enjoy it. Spring has sprung. Spring is in the air. The vibration of love and happiness and joy. It's there. Enjoy it. See you soon. Bye.